to Imagine with Royce. Okay, question. You can't do a live stream, what is it called? Like vertical? Can only do it this way. Oh, interesting. Anyway, hi. Welcome back to Imagine with Royce. Let me see if I can just lower this a little more. Okay. So, I just watched the Disney earnings call on Disney parks, and it was quite an interesting call. What I found interesting is that their predictions of the parks, they're going to go down. Nothing, it seems, Disney has planned has worked out in the past, oh gosh, I think probably since COVID. And there are a lot of reasons why. A lot of the business restructuring, a lot of the price gouging, that truly the guests today are just tired of. And I think that we should talk about Disneyland and just as a whole, the theme park experience today. I am truly saddened not only by the price of admission to get into the gate, but even the amount of food that you get there. You go into, like, say, Red Rose Tavern and you get a hamburger, it's shrunk quite a lot. You will also notice that even the tickets for special events like Valentine's Day or Halloween party went up. Parking has gone up. It has just been a continuous price gouge, and I think that the guests are finally kind of more or less hitting their breaking point with Disney, and their wallets have reached their maximum capacity. I just bought tickets to Mickey's Halloween party for Chris and my son, and it was over $500. That's just to get in the door, not to mention all the things he's going to want, not to mention parking, not to mention food, and any other special merchandise, which I'm sure we will want. So Disney has a real problem, right? Disney has an issue with guests and their parks. What is it? I think back to 2015, 2016 when I was just starting at Imagineering and really had a really good overview of what makes the theme park special. I talk to Chris all the time. He got to watch the Parade of Dreams for the 50th anniversary celebration. That Disney is missing. That era, that quality of care and of effort, if you will, to give the guests everything that they possibly can get is gone. I think that the do away with Fast Pass was a huge mistake. And again, this is because the company was struggling. Disney is in a worse position than they care to admit. And, it's just sad that they're taking it out on the guests. And I knew this would happen because there's only so many people out there that are willing to pay this amount of money for so long. Look at the Star Wars Hotel. That was a waste of money, in my opinion, because how many people are going to pay that? If they do, they're only going to do it once or twice. You're not going to get a returning customer. And sure enough, look what happened. It didn't work out. So Disney really has to evaluate their like four key mottos: safety, courtesy, show, and efficiency, and plug it into the guest experience, which is in desperate need of some help. And also, I think this really goes back to the Imagineers of today too, because the things that they're creating, are they as interesting as they were, say, back in like Star Wars Galaxy's Edge? Something that the guests truly, really wanted. Are Disney executives still listening to the average guests and their hopes, their desires, their dreams for a new land? I remember hearing that the story book land area was going to be slightly reduced in Fantasyland, especially towards the back, and they were going to take out the theater where Making the Magical Map played, and they were going to put Snow White, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train there. And that would be an amazing addition. You have to remember that the average guest doesn't know a whole lot of the functionality of the Disney brand and the Disney experience. They just want to go have fun, and they're going to look at the ticket price. I'm not a big Knott's person. I'm not a big Universal person. But when I go to their website and I see their tickets, I'm like, okay, this is manageable. This is acceptable for what you are giving me. Now, when you go buy a ticket at Disneyland, it's like, okay, not only is this a ridiculous price, but you also have to think, okay, I have to pay for parking, I have to pay for food, I have to pay for toys, whatever I might want there. This is going to be minimum a $500 experience. Guests today aren't paying that. And if they do, they're only going to do it once. So that is why Disney is truly burying itself slowly but surely, because the average guest is not going to come out of the park and be like, wow, that was worth my money. Let's do it again. They're going to be like, for instance, this is a good example. We're considering right now going to Walt Disney World, and I am really excited because I love Epcot. I especially want to see the Ratatouille attraction that was added to the Paris area. But I was thinking about it. I was like, you know what? It's cheaper to actually go to Paris for over a week and experience the real thing than going to Disneyland or Disney World for 4 days and experience a facade. That is a statement that I feel like everybody should take a moment to step back and think, wow, where is this company? What is happening? So, I think that that's why Disney is in the situation that they're in. The guests are over it. They're tired of paying a lot of money. Yes, you will always have those diehards that will literally work to go into the park because it's their lives, it's their fun escape. And if you're one of those people, more power to you. But not everyone can afford that. Not everyone wants to spend their money on that. I feel like, especially when I saw the other day on the news that the economy, the stock market plummeted, I immediately was like, what's going to happen with Disney? What's going to happen with Disney? So it's just one of those things to think about. This is just going to be a really quick talk video, but I definitely think that Disney is experiencing a lot of consequences for their actions. And I really hope, I truly, really hope that Disney rethinks and rebrands back to the way they used to be. I know that Walt left this company in wonderful hands, and I hope that they stay true to his motto: keep the place clean, keep it friendly, and the guests will return. But I think that something he would have definitely said is keep it reasonable in terms of admission, because right now the prices are just astronomical, and that doesn't really make it fun because you feel pressured to do more because you paid more, opposed to, oh, I didn't pay that much, like I can breathe a little bit because if I need to pay for an extra day, it's not going to break the bank. And I feel like that's the guest experience today, especially now with Genie Plus. Guests are really pressured into, oh, I have to ride all this because if I can't, then I can't afford this. And if I want to ride this ride, I can't afford that. So how are we going to run here? And I really don't like that. The guest experience now is looking down. You're at a theme park. You should really try to be as present as you can when you're at a theme park because it just really helps you immerse yourself in the area. It's something, I don't know if you've ever seen The Ultimate Christmas Present. It was a Disney Channel original movie, and Santa said that he created like this snow machine because he wanted it to snow all over the world on Christmas, because he said everyone is so busy and he just wants everyone to stop and look up and slow down. And I feel like that was the Disney experience before. Of course, Disney can't help what Apple made. Obviously, cell phones are an evolution all on their own, but they definitely feed into it and kind of just make you more glued to your phone, opposed to, I could go to the mall and look at my phone and be completely satisfied. But when you're at a theme park, I think you should be present. I think that you should definitely get more for your buck. And Disney, I hope that you're listening to this because I know how you operate. I know how our budgets were sliced at WDI and our figures, and we couldn't afford to fix certain ones because that budget got moved to other things. I'm not going to name names, but that is a real thing. And you could tell the maintenance teams, you could tell the maintenance of the parks. That speaks for itself. That money is not going anymore towards, maintaining things as they should. It's going other places, and that's really sad. And I think that the guests truly are being affected, and I hope, truly, truly hope that Disney reverses its ways and that they better the guest experience because the guests deserve it. And this is a very interesting time in Disney parks history as well as Disney history in general. But that is my rant for today. If you like this content, let me know, hit subscribe, ring that bell icon. That way you're notified whenever I upload a new video. I will go a little bit more in depth into this later, but I want to see what other people are saying because it's so interesting. And also talk to some of my friends at the parks and hear what they have to say because, oh, who knows what's going to come up next this quarter. And that's the thing. Disney just exited its busiest time, summer. So this next quarter is when people go back to school. It's not as busy. So I'm curious to see how much of a plummet it takes before Christmas break. We'll see. But of course, films are also something that not a lot of people are excited about. Like, do we really need Moana 2? Do we need Moana 2? Do we need Zootopia 2? Do we need Toy Story 5? Make something new. We get it. We love a sequel. I'm excited for Devil Wears Prada 2, but make something new. It's time. We need new stuff. Disney's Wish, at least they took a chance. I don't think it was terrible, but at least they took a chance and made a new story, an original story. And I think Imagineering should definitely make original content and original attractions again. But that's all the time I have for today, folks. I gotta get going and have an appointment, but I just wanted to hop on here and say hello. Please hit subscribe and ring that bell icon. That way you're notified whenever I upload a new video. I wish you all a wonderful day. Be nice to one another. And always remember, dreamers, not only to follow your dreams, but to chase them. Later. I don't know how to end this correctly. Let's see. Have a good day, y'all.